Good evening. Please excuse the ridiculous hair and the absolute lack of makeup. This is me in the evenings. It's getting real. For those of you who don't know, I am Jenny. Hello. Among other things, I have been spinning my own yarn for a while now. I started on a drop spindle, and then at Christmas I asked for an e-spinner, and my dad very kindly got me one. It's the Electric Eel Wheel 6.1 from Dreaming Robots. You will see it shortly. And since then I have been spinning so much yarn. My eventual aim, which I'm getting closer to by the day, to be honest, is to sell handspun yarn as well as keeping some for myself. And yeah, it's become a bit of an addiction, quite frankly. My fibre stash is rapidly growing. My stash of handspun yarn is rapidly growing. It's becoming a problem. Anyway, this video is going to be a kind of diary, I guess, of the process of spinning one particular braid of fibre. I was going to do this last month and then forgot. So I'm doing it this month instead. So you may already know I signed up in January to the Magical Worlds Fibre Club by Folk Yarn Studio, lovely Laura of The Lonely Knitter on YouTube, and I received the April instalment a couple of days ago. I've only just finished spinning the March instalment, and that's okay. I've had a busy month. I am trying to get each batch spun and then crocheted up within a month of receiving it, and I was on track. I've slipped, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I'm making a blanket with it all, and it's just for me and the family, so it's not a huge problem. But no, I don't. Oh, I was going somewhere then. If you watch my podcast, you'll know. I lose my words all the time. And it's starting to get late, so luckily I'm not going to be talking for much longer, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I thought I'd start by showing you the fibre. This month's is called The Seas, and it is 100 grams of white blue-faced Leicester top. There is the information on the label. There is Laura's wonderful logo, and this is the fibre, and it is just, all the colours so far have been beautiful. I love this one, and it feels gorgeous. The last one was 100% Corriedale. She's doing a different fibre or blend of fibres each month, so it's keeping it really interesting. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to undo this braid. I'll show you that. Decide how I'm going to spin it, and then I shall begin. I don't know how much of the actual spinning I will show you, because if I show you every single bit it'll get boring. But I might do a few like time-lapse videos for you and stuff, so you can see the bobbins building up, and if I've got anything interesting to tell you about the process, I shall do so as we go along. I'm going to try and record at least a little bit every time I spin on it, and try and sort of document how long it's taking, how much time I'm spending on it each time. Yeah, that's that really. I think that's what I was going to say. So I shall pause and adjust the camera so that you can see the yarn and my hands and then the machine once I set that up, and I will carry on once I'm sorted. Okay, this isn't going to be the most flattering angle for me, but hopefully most of the time you'll be looking at the fibre and the spinning rather than at the section of my body that you're going to see. So I'm just going to go with it. Hope for the best. I'm in my pyjamas as well, which makes a difference. So anyway, let's carefully get this label off. I'm going to cut there, being careful not to cut the fibre. There we go. Pop that safe out of the way. That's my phone, sorry. And start undoing it. Figure out which end, that's the end I can undo it from. And we end up with this lovely snaky gorgeousness. Now the last spin that I did with the March fibre, which is called the Galaxy, I've done as a fractal spin. In fact, where have I put it? It's right there. I will quickly show you it actually. I haven't soaked it, I haven't set the spin yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Just to very quickly show you. This is the yarn I've spun up from the March fibre. I'm pretty pleased with it actually. Hopefully it'll be even better once I've soaked it and thwacked it and hung it to dry. But I think I'm going to really enjoy crocheting with that. But I did that as a fractal spin, which was the first time I've properly done a fractal. That's where you split the fibre into 2 or 3 or however many bobbins you're going to use, and then you leave one section as a single strip of fibre, and then you split another one in 2 and another one in 4, or however you want to do it. And it just means that the colours, you get different sections of sort of where the colours blend in different ways throughout the yarn, if that makes sense. I am tempted to do that again. I think it'll work even better with this one. It has worked quite well with the March fibre, I'm quite happy with it. But I think it'll work even better with this because there's more contrast in the colours. However, it did take quite a long time. And I've got another busy month coming up. So what I might do instead is still split this into lengths, but then just spin it as it is. So I've got it'll sort of stripe basically. I'll get a stripe of yarn that's this colour, and then it'll fade as the fibre does. It'll keep the colour progression intact, but maybe repeat it. So if I split it into 3 or 4 even maybe, and then I've got 4 repeats of the colour progression, colour distribution that's in this fibre, I think that'll work quite well. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It'll be a little bit quicker. I won't have to do so much weighing and measuring. In fact, I won't need to measure it out, weigh it at all, because it doesn't actually matter if it's not 100% even throughout. And I shall do it all as one single, and then I will chain ply it, I think. So I'll end up with a 3-ply yarn. Again, it will keep that colour progression. There won't be any muddying of the colour, any blending, any distortion. It will keep the colour distribution as it is. I'm just going to pause a minute and check those messages that have come in on my phone, and then I shall split it. Okay, my phone might buzz again. I'm not putting it on silent because Kelvin, my husband, is out at the moment, so I just like to make sure I can hear it just in case. So I'm going to split this into 4, I think. So I shall start by splitting it in half, and then split each of those sections in half, roughly. and just try and make sure that I keep everything. I suppose it doesn't matter actually, I just like keep it so that I'm spinning every section from the same end. Ooh, or shall I do end to end? So I'll explain what I mean more in a minute. So, how can I explain that better? So could either do it so every section is spun from this end to the other end, and just literally repeat the colour progression. I can't speak. Progression. It's a surprisingly hard word. As it is. Or I could spin the first section this way, this way, and then spin the next section that way, and then the next one that way again, and then the last one that way again. I might do that actually. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to speed up the rest of this splitting the fibre, I think. Right, so that's it split in half. I'll keep that section there for a minute. And then this one, I will do it from the same end. Split it from the same end so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so split this section in half again. Okay, that's the end of splitting. Right, so I'm going to wind these into two balls ready for spinning. I'm going to wind this one so that this end is on the inside. Okay, so that's ball one, so I'll start spinning here. Oh, that's my husband just getting home, that's good. And I'm going to wind, so that's ball number one, you need to remember that. And I'm going to wind this one so that this end, which is the same as that end, is on the inside. Okay, so when I finish spinning ball one, it will carry on without much interruption. It should be quite a smooth transition from the end of that ball to the beginning of this one. Okay, and I need to split this in half and wind it in the same way. Okay, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 balls of fibre ready for spinning. I think I'm going to put labels on 2, 3 and 4. Don't need to do number 1 so that I remember which order to spin them in, otherwise this ain't going to work. So I shall do that, put them away in the bag to keep them safe, and then I shall set up my machine. Okay, I have been spinning for a while now. I think it's about an hour, but I'm not sure. I need to stop and go to bed, so just gonna finish off this little bit while I chat to you. I've been watching YouTube podcasts while I've been doing this. I've just finished watching Helen of Giddy Knits. I'm a little bit behind, incidentally. I'm about a couple of weeks behind, I think, on everyone's. I've been watching Lee of Skein Spider. He's been doing a collaboration with Complicated Knots. They are two Australian crocheters. What else have I watched? I can't remember now. A few bits and pieces anyway. I'm really enjoying this spin. So I think I said at the beginning, this is Blueface Leicester, which I have spun as part of a blend before, but not on its own. And compared to Corriedale wool, which I've just finished spinning, it is softer. Corriedale's pretty soft already, but it is softer and a bit more slippery. Corriedale is quite a grabby yarn. The fibres stitch themselves quite a bit, which is one of the reasons it is often recommended for beginner spinners. This, the BFL, does not do that so much, which took a little bit of getting used to when I started this today. But I have spun things with silk in and bamboo and that kind of thing, so I am used to handling these slightly more slippery fibres, and this is less slippery than either of those, so once I got the hang of it, it's been fine, and yet it feels lovely, so hopefully I'll get a really nice yarn out of it. I'm just going to keep going to the point where I've pre-drafted up to. You can see on the bobbin I've done quite a lot. I've gone all the way along in one direction and I'm now working back along the bobbin in the other direction. You can see the colours changing as I go through the fibre. We're on quite a light section at the moment. Love the colours that Dora has been using. Using for these fibres. So pretty. Fine spinning. Really relaxing. Don't know if anybody else feels the same. It's very meditative, especially on an e-spinner like this where I'm not really having to do anything other than draft and control the twist. There's no foot movement apart from I've got a little pedal to turn it on and off. Well, stop and start the spinning anyway. Otherwise it's just my hands. It's really soothing, which is lovely. I do need to keep working on my posture though. I keep getting a really stiff neck, which is not so good. Getting close to the end of this section. The pre-drafted section, not the whole section of the braid. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Just move up along the arm a little bit again. Really wish it would move by itself. I don't know if that's a thing with any spinning machines. I have not seen it anywhere. It would be great if that hook would move on its own, so it would travel up and down the arm and adjust where the yarn is being taken up onto the bobbin. That would be really helpful. I suppose it would probably also mess with the tension, so don't know if there's a solution to it. Here we go, we're nearly done for the day. I think just a little bit more. I forgot to mention as well, it's the 30th of April today. Interesting to see how long this takes me in days. I'm not properly counting the amount of time it takes for this spin. I will with future spins, I think. For this one I'm just enjoying. But it'll be interesting to see how quickly I get it done in terms of days. Obviously I've got other things I need to be doing as well, so I can't just sit and spin all day long. Much as I wish I could, and I have every now and then. I've had the occasional day where I have just had a spinning day and it's been wonderful. Alright, there we go. Oh gosh, that's a really, really lightweight. Look, that's almost undyed. Let's turn that off so I don't start the spin again by accident. Yeah, this section here is almost, I don't know if it is undyed. No, there's some dye in there. There's a couple of splotches. A little bit of darker colour has crept in. But actually, oh, like you can see a little bit of the crimping. I don't know if that will show on the camera at all. A little bit of the natural crimp of the fleece. It's so soft. I'm starting to see why BFL is so popular. I've still got quite a bit of this section of the braid to do. That's okay. And obviously there's the other three. Hello again. So yeah, I've made really good progress. Happy with it. It is almost midnight, so I need to pack up and go to bed. And I will show you some more next time I do some spinning. I think if I only have the time to do 10-15 minutes, then I won't bother filming it. But yeah, the next time I get a good session in, hopefully at some point tomorrow, I will come back and show you how far I get. It is Thursday morning. Well, actually it's getting on towards lunchtime already. I've been feeling a bit rough this morning. Having a bit of a heat wave here, just a mini one. And by most people's standards it's not that hot, but I don't deal well with the heat. And yeah, it's getting to me. It's going to be hot again today, and hopefully it's going to cool back down. Anyway, the point of that was that I wasn't feeling great when I woke up. So I've had a very slow morning. There's all kinds of things I should be doing, and I'm ignoring most of them. And I'm going to do some more spinning and show you how I get on. Okay, it is now getting on for about 3:15 in the afternoon. I've done about another hour's spinning. I would have done more, but I got interrupted by a couple of things. Nothing major, just bits and pieces. But yeah, I've done quite a bit. And I'm going to have to go, I don't have to, I'm going to go downstairs soon. Ned will be getting home from school. And I want to spend some time with him before tea and all the usual daily routine things that happen on a weekday. I think I might come and do some more this evening. I'm still resolutely ignoring all the things that I should be doing today and doing this instead because it's much more fun. It'd be nice, I think, if I can finish this section of the braid today. Maybe even move on to section 2. We shall see how I go. Just move the little hook along a bit again before it gets too much there. So yeah, I probably won't record much of the actual spinning because, it's all the same. But I will definitely check back in if and when I do more and show you the progress, let you know where I'm up to. Don't think I've got anything else to say for now. No, that's probably it. Yeah, I've got about another 15 minutes, I think, of spinning time, and then that'll be it until later. It is now just after 9 PM. I have finished the first section of this braid, so here is section number 2. I need to, there we go, unwrap. being silly. Take this label back off. Okay, and we can just join this on. So again, if I just draft out a bit. You've probably seen me rejoining the fibre while I've been spinning. Because if it pulls apart or if it twists too far and snaps either way, I just join it back on and carry on. And it's reasonably easy to do, especially with wool actually, because most wool grabs onto itself a little bit at least. I'll literally just overlay onto the yarn that I've already spun and try and get it as smooth a join as possible. Sort of draft it right out along that length, and I can just keep spinning. Got a little bit of a bump there. That's not too bad. I can just keep going. I've done about another 40 minutes, I think. Yeah, after tea. I have to stop and do some other things. Yeah, I'm going to carry on. Not quite until I go to bed. I've got a couple of other bits that I probably want to do this evening. Whether or not I will, I don't know. But yeah, more or less going to carry on with this for the rest of the evening. I'm really, really loving the colours. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. Laura's done such a good job with dyeing this. There's a definite way that I'm spinning it is resulting in a definite long stripe. It's almost a gradient rather than a hard stripe, which makes it really lovely. I can't wait to see what it looks like when I've plied it, and then again when I start crocheting with it. It's going to be so much fun. Right, I'm going to stop recording and I will spin away to my heart's content and come back and show you my progress later on. I'm back again. It is now almost midnight. I've been spinning almost non-stop for a couple of hours. I know, I should be taking breaks. I'm terrible at remembering to take breaks. I have been drinking water, so that's something. It looked a little while ago like I was going to finish this second section of braid tonight, but having spun some more and had another look at how much is left, it's not going to happen, not without me staying up for another hour or so, which I am tempted to do. But I'm going to be good and stop in a minute and go to bed. Because, yeah, I've been staying up far too much, far too late, far too often. There we go. Late. So, yeah, hopefully you can see I've done quite a bit. This spindle is looking even more full than it was. I'm just going to move that hook along. If I can. There we go. But always sticks. The end of the arms come off. I think it's supposed to. There we go. And carry on. I don't really have much else to say. So I'm just going to finish the section that I have pre-drafted. And then I will come back to it tomorrow. I definitely will at some point. I have got lots of other things that I really do actually need to do tomorrow, because I've completely ignored them all today. Bits of housework, bits of admin. I really need to have a good tidy up in here, in my craft room. So depending on what else I do, I might do some of that tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a cooler day. I won't get quite so overheated and grumpy. It's supposed to be cooler. We had highs of about 25 degrees Celsius today, it should only hit 20 tomorrow, which is much more comfortable. But we'll see. The weather is the weather. Can't do anything about it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm just going to finish this bit of spinning. I'll keep recording just so you can see to the end, but I will speed it up for you unless I think of anything else to say. But if not, good night, and I will come back tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday afternoon. I did a bit of spinning this morning, about an hour, just to finish off that second section that I was doing yesterday. And then I've done some other bits and pieces and had some lunch and done a bit of tidying up. Not that you can really tell, but you can see carpet behind me now. Yeah, slowly making progress. So yeah, I'm about to start spinning section 3 of this braid. I'll just move you actually and just quickly show you how things are looking at the moment. There we go. Lovely colour gradient going on there. I love this. A really deep colour. I think it fades so well. All the colour transitions are lovely, is what I'm trying to say. I know I keep saying that, but it's because it's true. So yeah, I'm not going to bother showing you any of the spinning, I don't think, because it's just the same now. In fact, hang on. Hello again. I think I'm just going to spin section 3, section 4, not bother recording anymore until I've done those, and then I'll check back in when I've finished with them, so in a couple of days time probably, and show you the next step. Hello, it is Monday 6th of May, just back with the next update on the progress of this spinning. I've now finished spinning the single, literally just now, so I'm going to move on to the next stage. I'm probably not going to have time, in fact no, I'm not going to have time to get it all done in one go, because I've got to go and do the school run in about half an hour, 40 minutes, but I thought I'd get started. Just a quick explanation before I actually do anything and show you is, that's my phone, sorry. I'm trying something a little bit new this time. So I have discovered that when it comes to plying yarn, I find it much easier to get an even twist, even tension throughout the skein if I get all the yarn kind of, how to explain this? So if I was playing 3 from 3 separate bobbins, I'd want to get all that yarn together onto one bobbin to then ply it and add the twist. So I'd get it onto one bobbin without adding twist first, then go back and add twist afterwards. I have tried doing similar when chain plying and it hasn't quite worked in the past. So I thought I would try, because I'm going to chain ply this one, winding it onto my ball winder while sort of doing the chain part of the plying. Then I'll have to wind it back onto a spindle so I can then ply it properly and add the twist. I don't know if that makes any sense, hopefully it will as I'm doing it. So yeah, I shall adjust the camera angle so you can see what's what, and we'll carry on from there. So first of all, this is the single. I'm just going to, while I'm telling you about it, just take all the tension off the bobbin. I don't want that, I don't want that. ago, so that can now just spin freely. But yeah, it's all spun up, it's looking lovely. My ball winder is here with various cables wrapped around the base, but they don't get in the way, it's fine. So the first step is to start the first, oh that's still going to spin, well it won't spin much, it's fine, is to actually get this into a state where I can create the chain. Well, there we go. That's that. Just wind that around my hand a second because I want to clip that so it doesn't keep coming undone. So that I can pop this. I'm going to need more onto here. Start winding on and try not to break a single. That's going to come undone straight away. I'm making a right mess here. Big tails going on already. This will get easier as I get going. I'm doing quite a short chain as well. I think I might have explained that before. I can't remember. I do a short chain when playing so that I can keep the colours, well when playing like this anyway, when playing something that is intended to be stripy, so that I can try and keep the colours, the colour progression as it is in the original fibre. Right, let's need to open up that loop again. Of course it's twisted clay, isn't it? Oh. Which way? Got to be so careful as well because the single's so fine. There we go, and I don't want to break it. Right, there we go, I can put a bit more through there. That's sticking, so let's go again. There we go. Alright, and I can pinch it like that, wind like that. There we go. This is going to work. It's going to take me a while, but it is going to work. So I'm going to put the podcast that I'm listening to back on and keep doing this, and I'll show you it sped up. Do a sort of time-lapsey type thing for you so that you can see it all, but you're not having to watch for ages. Again, this is not a spinning tutorial. I'm not showing you how to chain ply. I'm not nearly experienced enough in spinning to even think of putting a tutorial together. I just wanted to show you what I do, show you the process. I don't know yet whether to do this with future spins as well, but I might do. I'll have to ask your opinion on that one once the video is finished and you've got the whole process to look at. Here we go. Whether or not you want to see more. So, I'll stop waffling on, and the rest of this will be sped up too for you. Like I say, I won't get time to do it all now, so I'll have to do the rest either tonight or tomorrow. But I will show you all of it. Hello, it is Wednesday afternoon. I have chained up all of the single, so it is no longer a single. It is plied but unspun. If that makes sense, if that's an accurate way to describe it, I don't know. And I've then, so I did that onto my ball winder, as you would have seen, and then I have wound it from there onto this spindle. I meant to show you that part of the process as well, but my computer was doing an update while I was doing it, so I didn't. It's now looking like this, so there's no twist added to the plying yet, but it is where's the end gone? It is no longer a single strand. I don't know if you can tell there, but there's now 3 strands of yarn all the way through. And so I'm going to start adding the twist. So let's get set up. Let me adjust the camera angle so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's the yarn. Make sure this is set to Z, no, to S, just opposite direction. It'll be spinning in the opposite direction to it was when I was spinning the single. Ordinarily, you do your plying in the opposite direction. Let's get this feeder through this hole. It's easier said than done. I have got a proper hook to do it somewhere, but I keep losing it. So I'm just using a little crochet hook instead. Oh, but it doesn't like doing it. We'll get there in a minute. Come on. Here we go. Put that back on there. Right, so that's got that through those holes. Turn this on. Make sure it's spinning the way I want it to spin. Get some twist into there. No, stop. Thank you. And then pop that through there. Just let that bit of twist travel up. And let's see how we go. You can't quite see, can you? Let's try that. There we go. Right, so I'm going to aim for... I want to turn that right down. I need to turn the speed down, because I don't want to over-ply it. That's about right. There we go. So that's me checking how much energy the singles have got. Let's go in. There we go, let's take that out. Otherwise you end up with really curly yarn still, which can be really tricky to work with if you've still got all the energy that you put into your singles in your finished yarn. You can do it. It's a choice people do. There are reasons for it. But at this stage in my spinning journey, it is not what I want. So I'm just going to up my tension a bit so it's pulling it on more easily. Because otherwise, after I do that check, it's still spinning obviously because I haven't stopped it. And so the longer it takes me to get it onto the bobbin, the more additional twist is being put in. Right, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to pop my music on. I will keep recording for a bit so you can see how it goes. Sorry, I was just checking it then. Very soon, hello. Yeah, I shall keep going so you can see. I'm just going to pop the music back on so I won't be talking, and I'll probably speed this up for you. Hello, it is late on Thursday evening. I meant to do this morning. I'm just finishing plying this yarn, almost done as you can probably see. Yeah, I meant to do this morning, and instead I fell asleep. I did not wake up until 2:30, 3:15. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think I've just been pushing myself and staying up too late. And my body went, no, stop it. So yeah, that's how my day's going. Which means I've done very little today. I should have edited my podcast and I haven't, so I'll have to do that. Oh, I'm done. In the morning instead, which is fine, if a little irritating. But hey, it's my own fault, I guess. There we go, that's the last of that done. So, going to struggle because I've got too much on my desk as per usual. Take that bobbin off and just pop it out of the way. I don't need it anymore. Turn this off because it is now time to take this off here. Bear with me, just a little bit of a fiddle. And wind it onto the niddy noddy, which is a ridiculous word, but it is the word that is correct, so there you go. And get it all skeined up, ready to be washed and thwacked and all that stuff. So I need to put this back on here, on there, and just make sure that there's tension, otherwise it will just fling about all over the place, and that is not what we want. I'm sure that's actually catching on there. I think it has. Yes, it has. Good. So far, anyway. Oh, has it? Is it actually catching? Yes. I'm just going to make sure that that holds. These have been a little temperamental lately. These retention strings that I've got. So I was going to rearrange my desk a little so that I can still watch some stuff on YouTube. Bear with me a moment while I get my niddy noddy. Okay, here it is. That way. And I shall set up. I'm going to have to move the camera so you can see. Hang on. Right, hopefully that'll work. So we need these at right angles to each other. And we need to find the end of my yarn, and I have got a very high-tech elastic band around this part of my niddy noddy, just to trap that end in, otherwise it just comes straight out as soon as I start doing this, and it's really annoying. And start winding this onto here. This yet feels so nice. I'm really happy with it so far. It's feeling really soft. Yeah, I think with previous spins I've either overspun the single or then added too much spin when I've been playing. I think the tension bands come off, never mind. And it just makes things feel a little bit ropey. There's one or two where that's not been the case, but a lot of them have done. This one, so far at least, does not feel ropey. And the thickness is pretty consistent, and the amount of twist is pretty consistent. So I am happy. This is good. Maybe that bit wasn't great, but most of it's good. And you know, it's hand spun yarn, it's not going to be 100% consistent all the way. Yeah, I love it. I love it. When I've seen other yarns, like commercial yarns, using blue face Leicester, well, which is what this is, I'm sure I've mentioned that at some point. Whenever I've handled them, they haven't felt especially soft, and so I've always thought BFL isn't for me. I know loads of other people rave about it. My stepmum, who is a knitter, she loves BFL. I think it's her favourite fibre type. But this has spun up beautifully. It's been really lovely to handle all the way through. And if this feels as soft when I come to crochet with it as it does at the moment, I think I might be a BFL convert, you know. So we shall see. Anyway, this is going to take a little while, so I will keep recording, but I'm going to put a video on YouTube. Let's see who I'm watching. I've just finished Ali's, well, got caught up with Ali's vlogs on her This Little Wonderful Life channel. I am now going to watch. What shall I watch? I'm going to watch The Knitting Project.
Feeding your cat Sheba
That's an
supports
advert.
oral refresh.
So I'm going to put that on, and I shall carry on recording this and speed it up so you don't have to watch for the whole time. Put some fancy music on for you, and I will let you know. Well, you'll see because you'll be watching. I'll come back and chat some more when I've finished. Just realised I didn't change the camera angle so you could see me tying it up. Bloody hell. So I probably won't have even shown you that footage because you'll have just seen me going like this, which is not fascinating. So tying it is always one of the most fiddly parts of this whole process. And I never feel like I do a very good job, but it will do. And I do better the second time after I've washed it and everything, and I'm scanning it up for real instead of this kind of temporary moment. And there we go. Oh, and it feels lovely, and it looks lovely, and it's not even properly finished yet. So I'm going to pop this to one side, and in the morning I shall soak it in some more water and thwack it once it's soaked for a while. I shall of course show you that and talk you through it. I'll have to use my phone though to do that, so the sound, well, the general quality of the video will be different. I don't know whether it will be better or worse but it will be different. Yeah, soak it, thwack it, hang it up to dry. Nearly done. Today's Friday. I would normally do this upstairs in our bathroom, but for one, you don't need to see the state of our bathroom, and for two, it's a nice day, so I thought I'd come outside and do it. This is the soaked in warm water, just warm water, nothing else. I'll squeeze that out. It's looking a bit curly actually, I probably should have applied it a little bit more. Never mind. It is what it is. It's all a learning process. Now, normally, at this point, I would thwack it against the side of the bath, which just helps to even out the twist and undo any kinky bits and just help it all fluff out a bit. I haven't got anything to thwack it against up here that's clean, so I'm just going to kind of windmill it, I think. Sprays water everywhere, but it's quite fun. So let's do it a couple of different points, just to make sure. Do one more. And then hang it up. I'm going to hang it on the washing line because then it should dry nicely. And if it's not completely dry by the end of the day, I'll just hang it up inside. But it should be alright. Not too windy, but there's a bit of a breeze. Oh, that's not good. What has happened here? Tangle. Oh, look. Do not tangle. I haven't got enough. Yeah, I can't be dealing with the tangle. Okay, that's okay. I'll come back to it later. Hello. It's Tuesday morning, a few days since I last spoke to you. I am a bit miffed. The reason there's been a gap is because I've been spinning something else, so I had to take a break from this spin, which is probably a good thing really, because it means I've had a chance to think about it. You last saw me hanging this up to dry after soaking it and thwacking it. When I went to get it in, well, you can see probably from looking at it, when I brought it in, once it was dry, it's a mess. It's a mess. There's still far too much energy in this. It's curling up on itself, which is not good. It's not what we want. It's particularly annoying because there are some sections that are almost perfect. Let me just pull out a few strands if I can. That there, look, that's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Exactly how I want it to be. There's some other bits as well. And then you've got whole sections that are like this, and it's just, that's not what we want. So what I'm going to do is, sorry, slight interruption. Right, as I was saying, yeah, I'm going to wind it back onto a bobbin, and then run it through the spinner again, and add some more twist to the applying. I'm going to have to be a bit careful because obviously there are sections where I don't actually want to add any more twist. So there's going to have to be a bit of adjustment with tension and spin speed and that as I go. But I'll give it a try, see what happens, because I could use it like this. I don't want to use it like this. It won't be nice, it won't be enjoyable. And I need to, this is practice at the end of the day. I need to be able to play well so that I can spin up other yarn for other people. So yeah, I shall record the process as I have been doing and check back in when I'm done. is a bit of wiggle in some of the strands, but overall that's looking pretty good. So in the morning I will soak it again, reset the new twist, and then hopefully once it's dry it'll be done. Feels nice, quite soft. Oh, those bits are good, look. Those bits there are beautiful. So yeah, I shall let you know once it's dry how it turns out. Wish me luck. It's finished. I say that, I've just taken it down off the hook and it's not quite dry, so I'm going to hang it back up. And this section actually, which was at the bottom as I'd hung it, is still a bit curly. So I'm going to hang it from that point and hope that the weight of the rest of it kind of puts a bit of tension back into there and straightens it out a little bit. We shall see. But I'm done. It's as good as it's going to get. It's for personal use, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I am mostly very happy with it. It's lovely and soft, really lovely and soft. And the colour management has worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. So it's going to make a lovely, that's my phone, sorry. It's going to be a lovely like long stripe. But hopefully it's not a gradient, but there will be, I think, a bit of a fade between colours instead of it being a hard one colour then the next. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? So yeah, I'm happy. So I'm going to hang it back up, let it finish drying. Then once it's properly finished, I will cake it up. I'll take a couple of pictures once I've done that and I'll pop them up here for you so you can see what it looks like caked, and then it will go away in my project bag so that when I've finished crocheting with the March yarn, which was the Galaxy, I can carry straight on with this one. That blanket's getting bigger and bigger. I was going to say I'll put a picture of the blanket in too, but I won't. There's no point yet because I want to get this video up well before I do any more work on it. Certainly before I add this in. I've still got quite a lot of the March yarn to use. Keep an eye on my Instagram, there'll be pictures on there at some point. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I hope this was... Oh, sorry, that's my phone again. I think it's Instagram notifications. Anyway, yeah, I hope this was interesting, seeing my process. If it was and you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know. I'm thinking I might do, well yeah, I might do it again basically for the next instalment of the Magical Worlds Fibre Club, because it will be a different fibre, different colours, so the way I spin it might be different, it might not. I'm not going to film every single spin that I do because I'm constantly spinning at the moment. I'd never get anything else done if I filmed it as well. But yeah, I think if I at least do those ones, the Magical Worlds ones, that's going to be roughly once a month for the rest of the year. And I can maybe show you the blanket every now and then as well, so you can see how it's progressing. We shall see. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. As you've got this far, please pop a little emoji in the comments for me. Let's keep it simple. Let's use the yarn ball, shall we? With it being all about spinning yarn. I should have put my phone on silent and I didn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll be back at some point with something else for you. Take care.